That's how I pray, especially when I'm at mountains, rivers, and caves. I just prefer to face a certain direction. So I went up to ask for permission to get water. So as I am getting closer to Sidiba, obviously the guy was already there, followed by the lady, and their daughter was behind. And I understand how things work. I'm like, okay, let me not be the person who is rushing things. Let me give them time so that they can get me tea. From thereafter, when they're done, I'll go there and get my water. Surprisingly, the gentleman threw coin in there. I was like, oh my God, he didn't do that. He just threw coin before he get water. There was no coins before that. Their mother did the same. Their daughter did the same before they get the water. And I understood what people said on the comment section when they said, the place is no longer the same. Because there is candles there. You see they made a cross there on top of the stone. I'll share the video with you. And I didn't understand that, man. Sidiba, why do you guys throw water? Why do you guys throw coins for Sidiba? Because that's the water that we drink. I don't know. And it turned out that it's the first time they go there. They don't know nothing about how things are done. I'm like, why are you throwing coins? Obviously, they stood by there when I was, getting my water. But because of I'm getting water and I'm busy talking when I'm getting water, the gentleman who showed me Sidiba understood exactly that, okay, he is not just getting to Sidiba and getting water. You talk to that water, right? As I was talking, he understood, okay, we have to give him space. We have to give him space. This guy is more ancestral. This guy is more connected with nature. He understands how everything happens. Because once a person who stay at a certain place meet another person who knows about mountains, rivers, and caves, that person will tell okay, this guy, I don't have to lecture him with anything. He knows exactly how things are done. He said to me, when you're done, you will find me that side where you saw me sitting. I was nodding to tell him that I understand and I hear exactly what you're saying. Got my water, sat down there, drank. So obviously I drink water first, fill my stomach, get the water now for me to go, and also get water where I can wash my face as usual. But obviously when it comes to washing your face, you get the water with something that you can get. You move from that space, then you can wash your face on the other side. We don't wash our face for CDB. Guys, I went to Vetporti, I saw some other guys doing the gapas there. They're busy next to it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, that one was gross. I was not supposed to put it out there. But anyway, I said it. I will see if I can edit it out. So you don't have to do that with CDB, right? So on my way back, I turned to my left, but something said to me, no, don't go up there. Go down to the same route that you came with. So I went back and something said to me, go around so that you can start the entire mountain, check all the type of places that you want to go and check, and you just explore the whole mountain and see how it looks like. I took some videos obviously. So while I was busy, going up and down there, the lady and her children understood that, okay, this guy, they said he's from Johannesburg, but he doesn't look like someone who's going to go now. And I'm saying the lady and her children because of when they were there positiving and throwing coins, they all referred that woman as mom. So I understood that, okay, she's there with her children, her son and also, her daughter, which is beautiful. I loved that. Then I started, going to different places where I can, get these other videos that I'm going to share with you later. Then on my way back, after I prayed, after I did everything, after I got the stones that I needed from the mountain, I see this group of people approaching my direction, 2 women, and there was 2 guys who were wearing all white. Because I thought it was just me alone, because I covered the entire mountain, but there is just one section of the mountain that I didn't go to. When I was going up to my left hand side, something told me that don't go that direction, go back to the route that you used before and go all the way around and start from the beginning. Not knowing that exactly where my heart told me not to go, that's where the cave is, the same cave where I saw myself being attacked by a snake. Now, after I saw these 4 people, I saw there was a woman, her daughter, her husband, and also her son. There were other 4 people who were also approaching my direction, but they were crossing something like so, but it's not a river. You just see water is just flowing there, and they were crossing because they didn't know the road. Me, I was just shocked when I see them crossing, and I was like, why are they crossing? Because there is a path where they can walk where it's dry. Not knowing that they went to Metala, where there is a cave. And unfortunately, the wife was traumatized. I know they're going to see this video, but I want to say thank you to the way they worked as a team. Now, they are telling me the story because of after they came back from there, they saw me walking towards the exit. And I was telling this other guy who I saw, parked there at the entrance that I am leaving, and I was asking him, where is the guy who showed me Sidiba? And he said, no, that guy he left with, that woman who was with her 2 children. He asked for a lift and they gave him a ride to go back to Joburg. So that guy told me that he's been stuck there and he had no money, he had no food. Now my intention was to come back and see what I can give him so that, he can buy something to eat. But when I was asking about him, and I was told that no, he asked for transport and they gave that guy transport. I'm like, wow, he's gone, right? It's great. So they approached me, the family, and they asked me where they can get Metza Sidiba. And I just told them I just came from Sidiba. Sidiba is that direction. And that's when the woman started, talking. She said, you know what, those 4 people, wanted to kill us there. Because we got there and we asked for water, and the guy just responded aggressively and he said to me, if you want water, go in and get it. And she said when she looked into that tunnel, it's water and the candles are far, the place is dark and she couldn't go in. The guy was insisting that they should go in there and get water. And when she said no, those people, they got angry. So as they're talking, I said to them, can I show you the road to Sidiba? Or should I just walk with you and show you? They said, no, go and show us. Let's go. So I walked with them and I can hear them talking. behind me, they are describing that tunnel exactly the way I saw it in my dreams. Their son kept on saying, Papa, Father, I'm telling you, the way that place is so dark, I'm telling you, there is something which is living in there. Within seconds, father and son, they came to an agreement that without a doubt, 100%, there is something in there and there's absolutely no way you can go in and come out alive. And the woman, was like traumatized and so angry that the guy insisted that she should walk into the same cave. And as they're talking, I'm listening to them. And I'm like, they are describing the cave exactly the way I saw that cave. Exactly the way I saw everything in there. Thank God I didn't even attempt to go there, and I am not even going there unless if maybe I will see something different in my dreams. I can go anywhere on that mountain, but I'm not going to that cave, right? So we got there, and when we got there, I realized that it was like actually their first time by Yaposibibing going to a spring water. And something that I want to say about the husband, he is not the person who go to any church because he was smoking, right? But he made sure that he takes his wife, his daughter, and his son with him to the mountain so that they can get the water. So when we get there, I was just there now. The guy who showed me Sidiba was no longer there. He got what? A transport. Now this group of people, they are stranded. They drove all the way from Pretoria to that mountain in Sidiba. Now I became the guy who shows them Sidiba and who also shows them what they should do so that they can get the water. And it was just interesting because the way the woman was traumatized and the way the son was also traumatized, they didn't want to go closer to Sidiba and get water. And I told them, listen, this one you have to do with your hand because I already got water for me. And if I go there to fetch water for you, it's not going to be the right way of doing things because I am going there with my ancestors behind me when I collect that water. And it should be your hand which is collecting the water. The woman was far from Sidiba. She didn't want to get closer. She's sending the son doesn't want to get closer. The father is there also, he doesn't know what to do. The daughter decided to take, the container that the mother gave her to go and get the water. But what we did was to get closer to Sidiba. We stood there so that she can get the courage to fetch water or to collect water there. And obviously she came with a plastic cup where she's getting there and putting in there. And the father was like saying, you will take forever. Just put the whole 2 liter there and get water so that we can go. And even before she was done there, she's like, how do I? And that made me realize that it's not everybody who is going to mountains, rivers, and caves who knows how things are done. And we were like, no, it's just simple. Just say thank you. And that's it. And, you are done. And I'm not saying this, because I know some people will take this out of and say, oh, now they're teaching people the doctrine now. They're teaching people, No, we're just talking about things which has been there for ages. Unfortunately, people are not sharing these things. And it becomes difficult when people are told that you must get Metzasidiba or spring water, and they have no clue where to get spring water. They don't have no clue what to do there. You don't just get there and you start, fetching water. It doesn't work that way. Get there, you take your time, you pray if you're a praying person. Those ones who patla, they do the patla, whatever, and do stuff that they do. But I am the person who's raised this way, whereby I have to pray. When I do everything, I pray before I go to the mountain. I pray when I arrive to the mountain. I pray when I'm done praying at the mountain or collecting stones or water, so that I can pray for, a safe journey. That's how we were raised. Even if when I was young, we used to pray when we are here in Tembisa, for our safe journey to arrive at home. And when we get to the rural area, you still pray to thank God for protecting you, all this way, alongside all these other, madness which are happening on our South African roads. We pray all the time. We are praying people, and I just wanted to say that because of I took them there. Look at what they did. They said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to Joburg." And I was going to go outside there and hike. And I remember when their father said, "Go with us. We will drop you at Bronkhorspruit, so you will get the taxi there at Bronkhorspruit." And I was like, wow. It's 35 bucks from Bronkhorspruit to the mountain. Obviously, I wanted to sit there. The wife decided to move from the front seat to sit at the back. I was like, "No, Mama, you sit there. I'll be sitting with the kids at the back." But that's the beauty, and that's when people appreciate what you just did for them by just being there, showing them where they will get water, understanding that they don't know, where to get water, and they don't know how to and stuff like that. And the fact that you are standing right there as a protector, as somebody who is guiding them, as somebody who is there to show them the way, it just became something that they just felt like, let's just give him a transport to Babsfontein. It was just awesome. And they told me that they were going to Pretoria. And I'm just making this video because I heard them talking about the other guy who creates, videos which are similar like mine. Obviously, their children will find this video on TikTok, obviously. And they will know that, I am grateful for what they did. I am super grateful for what they did. And that's when they dropped me at Bronkhorspruit, and I saw that old woman that I told you about with her daughter. Now, let me talk about transportation for some of you guys who don't know. From Johannesburg, you take a taxi to Bronkhorspruit. You can do that, and it's 90 Rand from Johannesburg to Bronkhorspruit. Taxis used to be at Wanderers taxi rank, but they are no longer there. They are somewhere around Joburg Park. But if you get to Wanderers taxi rank and you ask them where you can get the taxis to Bronkhorspruit, they will give you direction. And when you get to Bronkhorspruit, you pass Spar, you go all the way to that garage, I think is Total, next to Old Mutual. There is a taxi rank on this side. I think it's also next to Boxer. And you ask for taxis to Verena. Those taxis to Verena, they will go all the way. They will just drop you exactly next to the mountain. On your way to, I'm trying to remember those names because I'm not staying there. But once you take the taxi to Verena and you tell them that you want to go to the mountain, they know the mountain, you'll pay 35 bucks when you go to that mountain, and the driver will drop you exactly to the entrance. Now, if you don't want to use that one where you'll go to Wanderers and get a taxi to Bronkhorspruit, you can do it this way because of sometimes it takes time when you are waiting for one taxi to be full, right? And when you're coming back from Bronkhorspruit, before I forget, you go to Spa. You ask people where is Spa, that's where you'll get the taxis from Bronkhorspruit to Johannesburg, and they will drop you to North, that side of North taxi rank, somewhere there, because you know you will see that Shell garage will be there, MTN will be, you know, that street just before MTN taxi rank. So the other way that you can make it easy is to catch a taxi at North taxi rank. Some of you guys, you know, BP garage. The taxi rank where you get the Tembisa taxis, the, you know, Captain Park taxis. You ask for a taxi to Okmo. That taxi will drop you to Calfontaine. When you get to Calfontaine, you take a taxi to Bronkhorspruit. You will get it there. If you don't get Bronkhorspruit, you get Papsfontein. You take a Papsfontein taxi, whatever. It drops you to Papsfontein. At Papsfontein, you're going to hike to Bronkhorspruit. Bronkhorspruit, you're going to go to that place where I told you, where you are asking for taxis to Verena, and right there, that's where you are also going to get a taxi that will take you to the mountain. Now, a taxi from Johannesburg, North taxi rank to Okmo, but remember, you will get off at Calfontaine. It's 28 rand, 28 bucks from Joburg to Okmo, and from thereafter, when you are there at Calfontaine, the taxi from there to Babsfontein is 15 rand, and from Babsfontein to Bronkhorspruit, others, you know, they make it 30. Others, the taxis, they will charge you 45 bucks. But when you're hiking, you know, hiking 10, you know, you can negotiate the price. Sometimes, you know, the person can, you know, take you with 20 bucks. Like I was, you know, told to pay only 20 bucks. So that's how it is when it comes to transportation. 300 bucks will take you there and back. So don't stress much about transportation. Again, from that side of Joburg, if you're taking a straight taxi from Joburg to Bronkhorspruit, it's 90 bucks. From Bronkhorspruit, when you take taxi to Verena, it's going to be too much, but you tell the driver that you are not going to Verena, you are going to the mountain, which is next to the road, Thaba Ya Tshelete. They call it with this other name, and they will charge you 35 bucks. So there you have it. And I have to say that because there was a gentleman that I met when I was at Vetwoord who asked me for direction, and that person also asked me for pricing, how much it will cost him from that side of Joburg to Bronkhorspruit. The video was long, the video was a bit slow, but I'm happy because I wanted to share the things that I wanted to share with you, and I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. Because when those people, when that family was describing the cave, I knew that they're talking about the same cave, man. I can tell you they didn't stop talking about it until they dropped me at Bronkhorspruit. And I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. Thank you.